Hey guys, Lady Locks here with the Schlage Primus. I'm going to attempt to pick this one, so stay tuned. I'm going to throw it up in the vise and let's see if I can get it done. Alright guys, here's the bitting of the key for that. It's got 6 drivers, 5 finger pins. Key does work. Using top of keyway, I think that's about 50 thousandths. And the trusty monkey paw. Whoops. About medium tension, I guess. Alright. I think I almost got these guys set. I might have them already, but just want to be extra sure. Heard something fall. Thought I heard something fall. Alright, so That sounds like it is springy to me. So that means it's not set. So that means let off tension and they all stayed. So I don't know. Let me try with this one. Alright, guys. That. It's like that fifth pin. I think that's number 5. Not wanting to bind, but I don't know. Not real sure what's holding it back. Let's see. I see here. Sometimes this one in the front acts really strange. Give me nothing. Letting off tension. See if the one that was springy. See if something drops for oversetting. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now we got some movement. That seems right. Okay. Now I think we're getting there. Yep. 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 Alright, I got some nice core movement. I'm not real sure what's going on right here, but I really want to make sure these are set before moving on. I think they are. They all sound like it. So, let's see what happens. Alright, there she went. Took me a minute, but I got it. Okay. Now to gut it. Yeah, that one's a little bit... I get really confused with those finger pins because they feel like they're all going the right way, and then I kind of get mixed up on which one's which. So as you can see, I marked my pick. And basically all I was doing is going in and just kind of taking my pick in there. I don't know if you could see the tip of that, and just kind of pushing that in, and then turning it and pulling and pushing those finger pins with just that tiniest bit of a tip that's on this pick. It's very, very tedious, but gets the job done. And I did have to file this down a lot because it didn't originally fit the didn't fit to go in that keyway. It was too wide, and then even when I had that done, it wasn't I had it filed, let's say like you know, that this part was filed here, but then I had to file it thinner at this little tiny point to get under those pins. It was a mess. It took me a long time to figure out that, you know, you do have to really, really shape the tip of that, or it just doesn't get in there and it doesn't do the job. So, keys. So here they go. All right. So, of course, take the back off of that. There's a little pin in that goes in here. You kind of depress it and turn that to get the back off. Of course, always shim. And I did replace this with the standard drivers because I wanted to pick it, you know, how it would come standard, you know, from stock from the factory, because it was full of security drivers, and that's not how they come. So I did put some Schlage pins in here. They're the correct ones. So I guess let's get the sidebar off. And the sidebar springs. Hopefully they'll both come out nicely and not go flying. Of course, this one doesn't want to come out. And I'm not going to force it because it'll go flying. They're very dainty. So let's see. It did come out. There it is. All right. Yeah, these springs are just insane. Okay, so as long as you have the key in here, the finger pins will not come out. They'll not fly out. But here they are, if you can see them. They each go in a different direction. Sorry about the bumpies. You can see this one goes to the back. This goes to the back. That stays center. This goes front, and this stays center. About. There is like a little bit of, I guess it's not completely center, you know, and it's not completely forward, completely back. So it does make it a little bit difficult to figure out because of that. So you kind of have to just push and pull them until they get into the correct positions. Let's see where I could put these guys. I'm going to go ahead and get these drivers out first. You can see these. Right. Then I'll figure out where to put these finger pins, because I don't want to get those mixed up either. And I also plan on repinning this back with the security drivers that came in, that I got it with, just for fun, to make sure I can pick it with those as well, because it was actually a lot of fun. It was difficult, but fun. And that's actually how I got it open the first time, was with those security drivers in there. And then I kept trying and kept trying, and I could not get it. Got it 3 times total. Couldn't get it on video. And then after that third time, I couldn't get it open at all. So let me show you. You can see the space for the sidebar in here. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it right there. And of course then the sidebar rests in there when it is locked. Once you put the key in, it pulls the sidebar in and you can turn it, releasing it from this little gap, and it'll actually turn freely. There are still springs in the core here. Okay, so as far as the finger pins go, let's try. I'm gonna put them just right above these drivers and stuff. I'm just gonna set them right here, and then we can take a look at them. As you can see, when you pull the key out, then they start popping out. Oops, sorry about that. They start popping out, so you have to be very careful. You kind of have to put your finger on there because they will go flying across the room. So, and there's a finger pin and a spring in each of these sections. So let me get this here. I'm actually going to put the pins here and just put the springs all up in there. So let's see the pins. Yeah, it took me a good bit to learn these ones. I did pick, before this I picked the Zeiss Icon, and that had finger pins in it, but it had 4 finger pins. And I think they had some mastering, I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But these ones don't have any of that. And there's also 5 of them, so it makes it pretty difficult. As you can see, you need your pick to be able to fit. When you put it in the lock, you need it to be able to fit in here. It would be just like so. And then you need to maneuver these pins. And there's only a little space between each one. So you have to make sure you're not snagging the wrong pin. And I think that's what I was doing, is I was mistaking pin number 4 for pin number 5 and having a heck of a time picking it, getting it open. But there you have it. There's what's in there as of right now. I am going to replace these drivers. They're just all standard drivers, nothing special about them. This lock is super hard to pick with standard pins. I mean, so having those security drivers makes it even more difficult. But it's a lot of fun. It took me a while to learn. I'm super glad I got this finally open on video. It's been a minute. I tried really hard. So anyways, here you have it, guys. So I'm gonna pop these tiny little springs, and you have to be careful because if your tweezers don't hold them good. Actually, you know what? Let me go grab tweezers that might hold these better. Alright, let's try these ones. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try. Got these little pointy ones that I can actually get a hold of these springs with. Just don't pinch them too hard, because if they accidentally come out, they will go flying. So you kind of have to lay it on there, making sure it's in that back part. There it went. Okay, so let's see. It's going to be the front. And then you just take this and set it in there. Actually use your fingers for this part, I guess. I have a hard time using the tweezers on these because they're just kind of a little bit bigger than normal. Then you're going to kind of depress it while you push the key, and that will hold it in place now. So you can get your next one. The spring's the hardest part to get in there, I feel like. Oh, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, but you just have to make sure that this little tiny lip hair is facing the key. As long as that's kind of straight, it will move in the correct direction by itself. So, whoa, and I lost one. And now I don't know which one it was. I'm gonna say this one. I'm hoping it's this one. And I don't know if the spring, oh, there it is. Okay, just want to make sure I'm not putting it in without the spring. But you can see how easily things go crazy and you lose everything and it falls and you get it all mixed up. And alright, try not to do that again. It can be a real mess. You can lose all kind of stuff. Right. Yeah, they get all twisted, and if you pinch them too hard, they will go flying. So just be aware and just pinch them as hard as you need to hold them. And that's it. It's annoying, but yeah, see, that was giving me trouble. I hope it went in correctly. We're gonna find out, aren't we? Okay. Yeah, I just thought maybe I would show you how to put them back in, just because it can be a pain in the butt if you're not sure. You can screw it up. I can't even keep it in frame. Alright. Jeez, oh man. Yeah, guys, this is a pain. All these little springs are so tedious. But okay, so they look like they're all aiming in the right direction, how they were. They all seem like, you know, it's going to do the trick. We'll find out if it's 100% correct when we put this sidebar in. So you're first going to do the sidebar springs. And be very careful with these. They are so little. Oh, see, I already dropped it. And it almost shot across the room. Gosh, it's so scary getting these back in the right way. I try not to take them out unless I have to. Otherwise, I try to just keep my hand on there and keep them in place. Alright, that was one. And they go right at the ends here. It's a tiny little, oh gosh. Did you see it go flying? And guess where it landed? Right there. That was my last chance, because if it flies again, it's not coming back. I know it. And I almost had it in there. And it still went flying. Okay. Alright, and then you leave the sidebar in here. Perfectly in the center. There it is. And then if you can press it in, you know you have everything correct. So all the pins are correct. They're facing the correct direction. It can be depressed, so it's correct. Sorry it took me so long to catch this one on video. I'm glad I got it. So that was the Schlage Primus. Six drivers, 5 finger pins. Alright guys, if you like my videos, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and you know, feel free to leave a comment if you have a question or you want to leave a comment. Feel free. Alright, take care everybody.